Hello students. So today we will start our second chapter of computer class 8. Okay, so this will be our sixth video of computer 6. So this chapter is based on our the introduction to the Access 2016. Okay, so here you will learn what is Access 2016. Okay, so Microsoft Access 2016 is a database creation and management software. What is Microsoft 2016? It is a database creation and management software. Okay, we can create data, we can manage the software which helps us to store and manage large amount of data efficiently. Okay, and before working on it, Microsoft Access 2017, let us learn about the basic database and data management systems. Okay, so as a whole, it is a database creation and it is a management software. Okay, which helps us to store the large data efficiently and manage the large amount of data. Okay, so before going to this, we need to learn what is database or what is database management system. Okay, so database is a collection of processed information. Some information are processed. Process means we have finally made the information. Okay, final information. Okay, and we collect it. Okay, so database, what is database? It is the collection of processed information related to a particular topic or purpose so that it can be easily accessed or managed or updated. We can easily access it for editing purpose or to add some data or to remove some data. Okay, and update it. Okay, so what is database? So for database, you need to write the definition from here to here. What is database? Database, it is a collection of process information related to a particular topic or particular purpose so that that data can be easily accessed or managed or updated or modified. Okay, suppose we give one example, that is, for example, a school maintains a database of students containing information about their admission number. Okay, so suppose one data has been created that how many students have taken admission. Okay, so for particular student, his admission number will be there, their name will be there, like this, column wise. So in the first column, suppose admission name is there, name of the student, then here in the first column, admission number, then his age, then his address, then his class, then his mode of transportation, either he's hosteler or day scholar, or he comes with his own personal vehicle, or he or she have taken a school bus. So all this information, so this is a collection of the data of all the students in a particular school. So that will be our database. Okay, okay, the school that have maintained that data so that they can easily access it. If some student have leave the school, then they can delete the data, or if some new student have admitted in the school, then they can add the details of that particular student in that database. Okay, so that collection will be the database, so they can easily modify it in future also. So they can easily add some data or some delete data, or they can anytime manage it or access it. Okay, so this is called our database. So database can be a manual or computerized. So either we can, database can be created in the copy also. So we can find any person and we can tell them that just create this data. So what he will do, he will take one page, then he will make some cells with scale like this table, then he will write on its own handwriting the name of the student, this. So this can be done manually or this can be done on the computer also. Okay, so in computer it is very reliable, it is very easy to do. Okay, fine. So manual database is the simplest and most common type of database. Those who do not have computer, they use the manual database, and it consists of paper record, okay, or folders and filling cabinets. Some example are your student progress report. So there you can see one manual report card is there, then and there we fill the details. Okay, so diary is there, then atlas, dictionary, encyclopedia, these are all manual database. Okay, and what is computerized database? So computerized database is a soft copy. Okay, soft copy. Soft copy means which are stored in computer or uh, are electronically generated. Okay, so a computerized database is a soft copy of information in the form of electronic file, and these are stored on the hard disks or memory card or any other storage devices. Some example of computerized database are your Aadhaar database. Okay, so you can find your Aadhaar details, your complete address, Aadhaar number, your photo, age, sex, your all the details in online. If you give your Aadhaar detail, that means your that Aadhaar is an computerized database. Okay, an Indian railway database, so we can easily book the seat online, either the movie tickets or railway tickets or flight tickets. You can see that for particular flight how many seats are there, in which position the seats are there also. So you can choose the particular seat. That means all the data are computerized. Okay, so that type of database are known as computerized database. So a computerized database can be stored a vast amount of data. Okay, so one can find a specific record easily in such database, and on the other hand, in the manual database, it contains a limited amount of data and is prone to errors. Some errors will be there. There will be a maximum chances of an error in manual database, but there will be very less chances of getting error in computerized database. Okay, so database touches all aspects of our lives. Some major areas of application are, you can see that telecom companies for keeping track of the information regarding the call mates, network users, customer details, etc. Suppose some person have done some crime, then what the your investigation team will do, they will record your call information, so they can easily find to whom some person have called at that particular time. That means all details are computerized. If all details were not computerized, then they cannot find all these details, to whom he have contacted or what message he have sent it to anyone. Okay, so telecom companies, these are our computerized database, because what telecom companies do, they keep tracking of the information regarding from where we have made call, or which network uses, what we have used in the website. Okay, or we have done any illegal thing on the website. Such tracking were done by the telecom companies. Okay, and industries, for industries, they make a soft copy of what shops or what grocery items they have came, what amount of grocery items is in the stock, what amount of grocery items have been sold today. Okay, so in this way they can know then where when to put order of that particular thing, or how much amount of that particular goods is there, so that they can they can give order. Okay, so industries for keeping the records of raw material use or unit produced or production schedules, when to produce or how much we have produced or where to send the this all this thing. Okay, and bank, what bank do, you know this. Okay, just for storing customer information, because many of the crores and crores of persons have their bank account in their in particular bank. Okay, either ICICI or SBI or Axis, any other. So they have their some details, so that whenever we try to uh, uh, bring money or to deposit money, say they have their our information, they can easily say that this much of amount of money in your bank account have, or this much of amount is left in your account, or this much of amount you have deposited. So all details were there. Okay, so education sector for storing or retrieving the data regarding details of a student, details of, that means your school also, what they do, they have the record that how many total students are there in their school, how many working staff are there, what is their attendance, and that means you're in 1 month how many days they have came and how many days they were absent, like this. So all these datas are these are where the database is uh, touching our lives, or these are where database is important. So in day-to-day life, database is important for everything. Database is important. So these are some practical application where our database is there. Okay, now we have got the idea of database. Now how we can manage the database. Okay, so database management system, DBMS. Okay, database management system. So it is an software, database management system. Now you have got the file. Okay, data we have got, now we have to manage it. So database management system is a software that enable us to use user to create a database, to add it, to modify it, to delete the data in it. Okay, so that will be the software in which if you feed that data, on that data you can edit it. Editing in the sense that you can add data, you can modify the details. Okay, suppose incorrectly some the WhatsApp number of any person have been wrongly updated. Now that you can modify it, you can change that WhatsApp number to the correct number. Okay, or some new student have came, so or new teacher have joined the school, so we can add that detail. Or some suppose teacher or any student have left, then we can delete that. So doing that we need a software. That software is our database management system. Okay, and it provides a interface that is both convenient and efficient to the user. Okay, so that data, you can see that this is a database collection of all the data, and with the help of DBMS, database management system, data can be shared to two or more than two computers, and they can edit simultaneously. Okay, so database management system can be based on different data models. A data model, now you have to see what is a data model, so you can underline it. A data model is a collection of concepts and rules for the description for the structure of the database. Okay, what is data model? It is a collection of all the concepts or the rules for the description of the structure of the database. Some example of data model are your networks, hierarchical, or relational. So relational model is the most common used database model. Okay, a relational database model or database stores data in the form of table. Relational database stores the data in form of table. So tabulated data can be easily edited and anyone can understand it. It is very reliable. Okay. Also, a table organizes data into rows and called records. So in the rows we write the records. So rows, this will be the first row, second row, third row, fourth row, this way. So in the rows we put the records, whereas in the columns this will be your first column, second column, third column and fourth column. So in column we we call it as fields. Okay, so in relational database these are of the form of tables, and the table organizes data into rows, and these rows are called records and the columns are called fields, and each record contains data amount about one entry in the database, and each files defines information of certain type of all record, and each table is given in a unique name to it. So you can see one example. Okay, so the example is your table monuments of India table. So yeah, our table is there. So in the column we have the monuments of India, and in the row we have the records. So name of the monuments are Taj Mahal, Qutub Minar, Gateway of India, then Victoria Memorial. So these are our 4 monuments. Okay, so in city, which city is there? So Taj Mahal is in Agra, Qutub Minar was in Delhi, Gateway of India is in Mumbai, whereas Victoria Memorial is in Kolkata. Now in which state? This city lies in which state? Agra situated in Uttar Pradesh, Delhi is in Delhi, Mumbai is in Maharashtra, Kolkata is in West Bengal. So in which period these monuments were found or they have created? So Taj Mahal is created in the 17th century, Qutub Minar in the 12th century, Gateway of India 1924, and Victoria Memorial is constructed on 1906 to 1921. So in this way, this table is our relational database. Okay, so the above table contains information about monuments of India. It has 4 fields. Okay, how many fields are there? Columns are known as fields. So 4 fields are your name, city, state or union territory and period, and each record. How many records? Taj Mahal, Qutub Minar, then Gateway of India and Victoria Memorial. So a DBMS based on relational model is known as Relational Database Management System. And some popular relational database management system include Microsoft Access 2016 or IBM DB2. These are some softwares. Oracle is a software. MySQL is a software. Microsoft SQL Server is also a software in which we can use the relational database management system. Okay, so we can edit it, add the detail or delete the detail or manage it. Okay, so we have seen many advantages. So what are these advantages? Advantages of DBMS. So a database management system has a number of advantages over a traditional file-based database. Traditional file-based database means this the manual one. Okay, some of the advantages are your control data redundancy. That this means that data redundancy refers to the duplication of data. We can easily make the duplicate of the data, and in a DBS all the data of the organization is integrated into a single database file, and user access the centralized database and do not maintain duplicate copies of their on their computers. Okay, so it controls, DBS controls the data management, data redundancy, that that it will be it will help to control the duplicacy of the data in the same computer. Okay, facilitates data sharing. That data, with the help of that software, we can easily share the data to multiple user according to their requirement. Okay, control data inconsistency. So data inconsistency exists when different versions of the same data appears in different place. So what DBMS controls? It controls data inconsistency by updating the centralized database. Fine. Ensures data integrity. So it means that a DBMS supports database integrity. So data integrity means that the data updated in the database follow a standard rule. That means it follows a particular unique rule that all follows. Okay, and formats for all the users. All the users will have the same format, and ensures data security. Okay, no one can hack that or so a DBMS ensures data security and its privacy. It allows creation of user account and grant them different access rights to prevent unauthorized access. That means if some unauthorized person have came, so he may not use the data or he may not copy the data files. Okay, so these are some advantages of DBMS software. Now we will move to the Microsoft Access 2016, how we will start it and how it looks in your computer. Okay, so Microsoft Access 2016 is one of the most popular RDBMS. It provides tool to create, edit, update database quickly and easily. Okay, so this is a software in which we can easily create database, edit database or update the database quickly and very easily. Okay, so how we will start it? To start Access 2016, we have to click on the start button. Okay, you can see at the bottom of the computer, left corner, at the left corner of the bottom of your computer, either it may be your PC or laptop or desktop. Okay, at that see you can see that this sign, this is called the start button. So if you click on the start button, okay, then you can click on the Access 2016. Okay, either it is written Access 2016 or in the search button you can search Access 2016, then it will appear on the screen and then you just click it, and after clicking, so this type of image will be shown. Okay, so what you have to do, you have to click on this one, this blank page. So a dialog box will create. So if you click it, you have one dialog box, that is create a file. So if you click that, so specify the name. You can choose a particular name of the data file. Okay, it may be your school records or list of the stationaries or anything. You can give any name, okay, according to the need. And the Access main window opens. Now you will open the main window. So this will be our main window. Okay, so components. So now we have, after opening it, there will be some components. Okay, so in the top corner, this one. Okay, so if I write it with a different ink, okay, so at this corner some tools will be there. This is called our quick access toolbar, and after this you will get another menu. Here this is your our, up to this portion is our title bar. Title bar means the name you have given, that will show here. Okay, then this is our file tab. Okay, and this menu from here to here, this is our ribbon menu. Okay, then in the left corner, this portion is called as our navigation panel. Okay, then this area, this part, your blank space, this is our work area. So you can fill the details according to your need. Then at the bottom you have two things, that is your this one is our status bar, and this file, this portion will be our record navigation part. Okay, so we need to see all the details. So what does the title bar do? Okay, so if you see this, so the title bar present at the top of the access window displays the name of the current database and path where it have been saved. Quick access toolbar, it is present. You can see quick access toolbar at the top corner. Okay, and that contains buttons commonly used, and by default save option is there, undo option is there, redo option is there. These are present, so you can edit it also. Okay, so you can add more quick access toolbar, or you can remove something. Then we have the ribbon menu. Okay, so the ribbon present below the title bar is divided into various tabs. The tab contains set of commands. Okay, and each tab is further divided into more groups. So you can see that file tab is there, home tab is there, create tab is there, field tab is there, and in the different tab you will have different options. Okay, next we have the file tab. The file tab present below the quick access toolbar. It is used to, what we used to do the file tab, it is used to open the backstage views. Okay, and the backstage view displays information about the current database and provides an option to create new file or open the save file, or from that file tab we can save the current database and close the database also. Okay, and navigation panel present on the left of the access window displays a list of all the objects in the database, and it organizes objects into group and the basis of their type, such as your tables. You want to add table or delete table, some queries, forms, reports. Okay, you can rename it, open it, delete the objects using the navigation panel also. And we have the work area. So in that work area, this is the area in which you work on the database. Okay, we create the file or we edit the file in this way. Okay, then in the bottom we have your status bar. So this is the figure of the status bar. So in that status bar, what we can do, the status bar located at the bottom of the access window and displays information about the current database. Okay, and it also contains buttons to switch between the different views. So you can see that there is one option, so you can change the view. Okay, in which way you want to view that, so you can change that. Okay, now we have our database objects. We have already discussed about the database, so now we will discuss about the database object. So it consists of the 6 objects. Okay, the table, queries, forms, reports, macros, and modules. So these are our 6 database objects, and what it does now we will study. So a table organizes data in the form of rows and columns in a database. Okay, so this table will organize all the data you have put in the form of rows or columns. Then a query searches and retrieves data from the database based on the set of selection criteria. So after putting the data, you can find any particular thing. Suppose we have a huge data. Now you want to find a particular detail on the data, then you can search it in the query tab. Okay, and a form lets you enter and display data in customized format. Okay, if you click the form, and it lets you enter and display data in customized format. Customized formats means you can change the way you want it looks. Okay, it depends upon you in which way you want to set the data. Okay, then a report displays the data in a printable format. Okay, printable format. Now after making the data, if you want to print it, okay, so it will show the data in the printable format. Okay, it will do after printing, the way it looks, it will show in that tab, report. Okay, and what macro does, a macro automates the tasks that are performed more often in the database. Okay, suppose we are doing some database repeatedly, same type of thing we are doing repeatedly. So after writing the same thing your number of times, then that time macro is help. So if same thing is we are doing, then no need to type it again and again. So that will be taken care by the macro. And what does the module? Module contains programming statement written in VBA, that is Visual Basic for Access programming language. So a module contains programming statements. Okay. So in module we generally it generally contain your programming statements. So you will understand this in the later chapters. Okay, clearly. Okay. So up to this, let us stop here. So you go through up to page number 17. So in the next video we will try to do more thing and you will learn more about the database. Okay. So till then, if you find any difficulty in understanding any portion, then contact me. Okay. Thank you.